we have got another big player of the month SBC that has been confirmed. It is Mo Salah. He has won the Prem player of the month. We need to go and prepare for that. And also another huge player of the month nominee that we might need to prepare for as well. Talk about the market and all that good stuff as we always do. So get ready, because this one might be a little bit longer today, to be honest with you. We have a shit ton of stuff to talk about, and you're probably going to be sick of my voice by the end of this video. If you guys want to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. The link is in the description. Use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. But okay, so for content today, there actually was something kind of interesting because we got this 84 plus RTTK upgrade that came out today. And if you watch the channel on a daily basis, we didn't see this pack at all. Just 2 hours before this content actually came out today, we got new packs added to the code. So we'll talk about this right now. We might as well. So this is the pack that came out today. It was the 84 plus Road to the Knockout pack. Contains one player rated 84 or higher. We'll open that in this video today. And then we got this one up here, which is contains one Road to the Knockouts or Trailblazer player rated 84 or higher. So now we also have a Road to the Knockout or Trailblazer pack. Now, usually this is not the case where content is leaked like 2 hours beforehand in the pack code. It almost never happens. It's almost always like a couple days in advance usually, or at least 12 to 24 hours, right? And it also leaked in here was the 86 plus rare gold player pack. Doesn't say untradeable, so we'll have to wait and see what that looks like, but this was also leaked. So I don't know why that's a thing. Maybe it was a last second addition to, for whatever reason, they added it last second, or maybe that's going to be a thing of the future where we just get leaks later because they're trying to combat it, possibly. I have no idea, but we'll keep an eye out for that if that's a trend or if that was just a one-off thing. Also today, 85 plus upgrade. I'll have both of those to open for this video as well. And with all of this stuff that came out, you know, we got a pretty good content day today. Well, I take that back. I would say it's good content, and it really easily could be. There's just simply too much stuff to complete with literally zero way outside of objectives or division rivals, squad battles, FUT champs, which are once a week to get fodder in this game. There has to be some sort of menu grind of some kind here. Otherwise, this stuff is just kind of fine content, but not great. So I'm happy they're introducing things that are a little bit lower rated for requirements. Like this one was an 84 rated squad, and the 85 upgrade was an 83 rated squad. That's nice, but there is just, we need a menu grind. Without that, I mean, we are just going to be sitting here all the time seeing content release, and we just can't do any of it because we don't have enough cards to do it. And should every player have the right to do every SBC? Probably not. And I understand that point of view that some of you may have, but at the same time, if you put in enough hours into this game, enough time into this game, you should be able to do almost all of them. That's just my opinion. If I play this game for 6 hours a day, whether it's FIFA or whatever game you play, you should be able to have access to the majority of content that gets released. Maybe that's an archaic way of thinking, and that's just not the reality of it nowadays, but I mean, that's just insane to me that somebody can play this game as much as some people do, and they still can't do most of the SBCs, if not 3/4 of them, if not 80% of them, because they're gatekeeping rewards the entire time, right? And they just want us to go to the store here, store packs, 100 rare gold players with 3 above 86, you know, just so many crazy store packs here that this is the only way right now to get fodder outside of once a week gatekeeped game modes, basically, where those game modes too are entirely reliant on pack luck. You can go an entire week of division rivals, squad battles, weekend league, which takes an insane amount of time, and just get shit rewards, and then oops, you're out of luck. So anyway, transitioning off of that now, Pundit Picks Anthony Gordon came out today. This was also leaked like a few hours before content. And what this is basically is going to be a random SBC release from time to time that a pundit picks, who basically be the man of the match of an important game. I think that's kind of what the gist of it was, and Anthony Gordon got it for Newcastle, and this card just looks fine. There's nothing too crazy about it. You know, it's high pace at least with rapid and quick step, but I mean, let's be real, it just doesn't look very good, and it requires an 83 and an 84, which isn't terrible, but yeah, I'd stay away from it. Now, the interesting part, they have the Sky Sports license, by the way. Where the hell is that being used at? Because if you have the Sky Sports license, why is that not used more often? In career mode or in Ultimate Team and other places, like why? Maybe they just got it. It's like the first time they're using it, or maybe it's literally just they have the rights to this and this only, but the Sky Sports license, is that not one of the like the biggest licenses possibly? But I don't know. So apparently we're gonna get more of these randomly selected from time to time. So first and foremost, yes, Mo Salah is the winner of the Premier League Player of the Month. This is what the card is gonna look something like. So this probably is gonna be the best player of the month that we've seen so far, and he'll have Finesse Shot Plus. Like this card is going to be be incredible. So we'll talk about preparing for this more here in a sec after we talk about the rest of the leaks. And look at the Liga Player of the Month candidates. There is a favorite here, and that is Kylian Mbappe. 3 goals, 1 assist. Golovin has 2 goals, and Zaire Emery has a goal and an assist for a midfielder, though. So pretty much every year, one of the first few months, we end up with a Player of the Month, Mbappe SBC. It happens almost every year. The card would look something like that. Absolutely outrageous. It'd be probably 3-4 million coins at least. So we'll also talk about some of the things that we could prepare for if this ends up being an SBC as well, which should probably come out like next week, but you still want to prepare for it ahead of time. And because more than likely, he's probably going to win it. So we are going to get heroes as part of a triple threat promo. Got our first icons during Centurions, and now triple threat is also going to have heroes now for the first time this year. I thought this was funny from Jake Futt Trading. His first reply here says, I'd assume next promo comes with upgraded heroes. Why? Well, they just gave you 2 times heroes relatively cheap, so they'll want to date them quickly. And this aged like fine wine, and he's exactly correct. So get ready for a Ginola or a Yaya Toure that you'll never be able to afford in the next promo. Team of the Week 8 has also been confirmed. This will come out today. There's actually a couple pretty good cards in here if we go and take a look. Ter Stegen, obviously a high-rated goalkeeper. Good for Barcelona links. We got Upamecano, very sweaty Bayern links, French center back, of course. Grimaldo looks like a really good card, to be honest with you. The stats are predictions, I believe, but the overall ratings, I think, are probably confirmed. But Grimaldo will be very good. Çalhanoğlu, okay. Wilfred Zaha, probably an okay card. Salma Parayuelo, that's my guess is how you say that. Wasn't she like 2nd or 3rd in Ballon d'Or voting, and she's like an 81 rated card? That's an L from EA. That card probably is just okay as well. Hansen, by the way, I think had a goal and 2 assists, and they did not include her. I'm not sure what her stat line was, but they just didn't include Hansen for whatever reason. Doku obviously is in it. 2nd in form for Doku. Ousmane Dembele, that's a big card to be in the team of the week as well. Nicholas Jackson's in it. Simon Banza, Temeze, and Niakate. Now, we don't know which ones are going to be featured, so you could see Nicholas Jackson getting a big upgrade, or Simon Banza, or Parayuelo, or Doku get an even bigger upgrade, right? I don't know, but this is the team of the week right there. So here's the more like detailed description on these pundit picks. It says, picked from Prem or La Liga match, pundits pick a player for an SBC. Player can be picked on match, monthly, or overall season performance. I mean, this is just going to be EA selecting a player they want to. Like, that's what this is going to be. Let's be honest here. They're not going to phone up Ian Wright and say, hey, who was man of the match today? We're going to give him an SBC. They're not doing that shit. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're going to, but that just does not sound like EA to me. Let's not forget, by the way, we had the leak from EA themselves saying Serie A Player of the Month is coming this week. What did I just click on? I just got clickbaited. I thought that was an image. So Bremer, Kvaratskhelia, Martinez, Orsolini, Pulisic, and Sule are the nominees. So we could see Kvaratskhelia SBC as well. It's going to come sometime this week. Bremer would be nice too, and so would Martinez. So let's not forget that. And also, Thiago Silva SBC we've not seen yet. And there was a leak of Toni Kroos being in the Centurions team. So here's this card here. This is not a Centurions card, but there was a leak of Toni Kroos being in Centurions that we just, I don't know what happened to it. He's just never showed up. Same thing with Bobby Charlton. So maybe they just decided to scrap that. Now, also on that EA leak, it did say that there was a flashback player coming this week. So this could be the flashback, and they, turn Toni Kroos into that, which would be cool. The leak said Centurions, but sometimes they get that mixed up a little bit. So I wouldn't count on Toni Kroos coming, but he might be the flashback player that we could see. Nepenthes says here, hi EA Sports Direct. I have one request that is backed community-wide. Either remove SBMM from friendlies, or please give us a champs quality-like repeatable event that has less rewards, even untradeable. Thank you, heart emoji. Listen, not to be the bearer of bad news, to me, there's just no way this is coming. If EA wanted this to be a thing, this would have been in the game at launch. It has been a community feature and request for years now, and they clearly have a plan with this. The reason this doesn't exist is because they need you to have the best team possible at all times. There is no more fun. EA don't care about your fun. They obviously care about your money, which sometimes correlates with your fun, but oftentimes in an addiction casino-based game, it doesn't. And oftentimes your misery is what opens up your wallet rather than your happiness, which creates a very toxic and shitty environment for players like you and I. But anyway, yes, this would be a great addition, and not to oversimplify things, but if they added this plus like a League SBC grind, they would make things so much better on themselves. Like, this game would be so much better, ignoring the gameplay, because that obviously sucks hot ass. So yeah, not to oversimplify things, but there really could just be a few changes added to this game to make this game much, much better. But to me, there's just no way we see this change this year. But okay, so we looked at most of the leaks. Now, what are we going to do to prepare for a Mo Salah or Kylian Mbappe SBC? Well, first thing is, how's the market going to react to both those things? A big SBC like that. With Salah, we're probably expecting to be between, you know, 1 million coins to 2 million coins. Most expensive Salah card right now is a Trailblazers, who is sitting at 915k. It'll probably be like 1.4 million coins, right? We can kind of expect something like that. It's very expensive. So what you're going to see is the very, very high end of the market probably gets sold off a little bit. You might see a bit of a sell-off there. And with Mbappe, if that were to be a thing too, we'll talk about that more if it gets confirmed, but that'll be, you know, to a bigger extent. We'll see some sell-off on higher end stuff, as people will sell, you know, expensive cards to go out and say, hey, I need to buy 400k of fodder to complete my Mo Salah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do that and sell my expensive cards. And immediately right now we're seeing some selling on more expensive cards. Alexia Putellas was 615k yesterday when I talked about her. Now she's 589. Vinny is down like 40,000 coins or so. It's about 900,000 yesterday, now 866. And also what caused this today was the Road to the Knockout upgrade coming out, which caused the Road to the Knockout prices to go down. So that was also part of that crash. But the point is, for preparing for these cards, you're gonna see more selling on the very, very expensive end of the cards. Link investments don't really work with a card that expensive. Now what will is fodder, right? Because you're gonna need 89 rated squads for sure for these two, undoubtedly guaranteed, right? 88s as well you're gonna need. You could possibly even need a 90 squad for the first time this year, God knows, right? So what you can do is right now, Salah could come out literally when you're seeing this video today. I don't know, it could be out now, or it could be, you know, in a day or two. So what I would do personally, it is a bit risky, so keep that in mind, but I'm fine club stocking all like 89s. I'm fine with that, actually. You know, they're 38,000. We've seen them be lower pretty recently, honestly. So it is a bit risky, but there's always more profit to be made from 89s and 90s compared to anything else. 88s, though, I think are a guaranteed club stock. For 25k, I think it's a fine price to buy for sure. You could see them go up to 30,000 coins, something like that. 87s, I'm fine with as well, doing a little club stock on. Because remember, we could see a flashback Toni Kroos. We could see a Serie A Player of the Month Kvaratskhelia. We have a ton of SBCs that could be coming out here that, even though fodder's up right now, and if you club stocked and you already sold for massive profit, you wouldn't think, okay, I want to buy back in on where I sold from. But honestly, there's so many SBCs coming out that unless something happens where EA release a lot of tradable supply for something over the next like 3-4 days here, it's going to only go up, in my opinion, because it only can. There is so much SBC content right now that, say we did get League SBCs, that could possibly maybe make things a little bit less expensive. Keep that in mind too. But if it stays exactly the same as is right now, to me, there's no way it goes down. So yeah, the best way to prepare for this is just buying fodder, because that's kind of all you can buy right now to make a lot of coins anyway. It's hard to flip. The market's just been going down. A ton of SBCs on the way. That's kind of all you can really do for the most part right now, is do that. And also, you know, even the out-of-pack specials. We talked about Road to the Knockouts, Trailblazers, and other out-of-pack specials being safe investments. You know, these are not even safe buys anymore either, because we're seeing gamble SBCs on, you know, out-of-pack specials, which is fun. I'm glad that that's a thing, because that hasn't been a thing for a few years now. If you remember in the past, we used to get basically a guaranteed player from every single promo, similar to how for Team of the Season, there's a guaranteed player that you can get for every league that comes out, right? They kind of used to be a thing where you could just always get a promo player from an SBC. That hasn't been a thing for a while. So we're going to get Trailblazers players, a guaranteed one, or a Road to the Knockout player as well, which caused, obviously, the Road to the Knockout player prices to drop a lot. Let me forewarn you right now, Kylian Mbappe, if he gets a player of the month, just in my opinion, depending on the price, if it was somehow like way cheaper than we expect, then it'd be different. But to me, there's going to be almost no way in hell it's going to be even close to worth doing. It's going to make his gold card go down, almost guaranteed. Black Friday is coming, which will also make his price go down. And the player of the month is going to have +1s on pretty much every single stat, with like +2s maybe on like passing and physical, right? They'll do something like that with the card. So to me, there's just no way I'm doing player of the month Mbappe. It's just not going to happen for me, barring him being 2 million coins and the goal being 1.5 million, and we have League SBCs out, maybe. But right now, with no upgrade path at all, no shot that you should do Kylian Mbappe to me. Honestly, no way. For short term, you want to buy a weekend league team. We talked about it possibly being a good time to buy like during the course of the day today. I kind of think that is the case a little bit. I still think it's okay to buy right now, but I don't think there's any certainty at all right now. I don't think that anybody knows quite what to do, because everything's in limbo, right? We have Black Friday on the way. The market already had a big crash. Nobody knows what to do, so no one's buying cards right now. A ton of SBCs are out, which means half people's teams are filled with SBCs and not tradable cards. It's a shit show in the market right now. It's a complete shit show. If you want to buy a weekend league team, I mean, yeah, I guess you probably wanted to buy today or so. If you haven't yet, I'm fine doing it now and selling as quickly as possible when you finish weekend league. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything safe to buy right now. Safest is still always going to be icons and heroes, but for gold cards, I mean, good luck. It's just going down every time a day passes by, and you can't really do anything about it. But okay, so let's do our couple of 85 plus upgrades, and we will do our Road to Knockout player as well. But I love reading your guys' comments. Like, how are you guys thinking, or how are you guys doing with this game right now? The gameplay, the content, do you guys agree with me a lot? Do you not agree with me? We got Iago Aspas, who is an 85, I believe, right? Yes, that's correct. You know, this year feels just so phoned in right now, and I don't really get why. You know, I do remember last year, the beginning, feeling a bit phoned in, just like this year kind of feels like, and it got a lot better as time went on. This hopefully is Luka Modric, right? Yeah, okay, we'll take that. What's that, 87? Yeah, that's fine. So maybe there's gonna be a thing where, you know, they care a lot about the money for the first month or two, and then we start getting more and more content, which I'm okay with because it's the majority of the year. But I don't know. I mean, I can't say I'm super excited for this game right now. Like, I'm glad I don't stream this game because people like Run the Foot Market and Nepenthes and Bateson or whoever you want to say as a FIFA streamer, like, they just have gameplay to play all day, and that's it. When there's no menu grind, it's just gameplay all day. That would drive me insane. And when we get a menu grind, I'll probably stream more often. But the point is, right now, for just gameplay, it's like, I'm not doing it. The best cards we can get in this, by the way, Erling Haaland, Dembele, Luis Diaz, who's 1 million coins, which is kind of insane. Bukayo Saka, Osman, a lot of good cards in here. And also quite a few shitters. But can we see a really nice one? That would be cool. It is Belgium. It is Striker. I don't know who this is, actually. Oh, it's Openda. Okay, so it's like a couple 100K, I want to say, for Openda. He's guaranteed to get a couple more upgrades, too, I want to say. So Openda is actually pretty good. Honestly, I'm going to take that. I don't know if that's like a good pull or a bad pull compared to what others have got, but 250K card. I'm going to take that. Let me know who you all got, and I love you all. See you in the next video very, very soon. Peace.